Good morning, Minister Luan and guests. My name is Maureen McKay, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Aspen Service Dogs, which, along with the other organizations here, is an approved service provider with Alberta's Service Dog Program. Before I ask Minister Luan to speak to us, I want to recognize the importance of the Alberta government's support for this vital program. Simply put, service dogs change lives for Albertans with disabilities, giving them independence, safety, and companionship, allowing them to take an active part in education, employment, and meaningful social connections to their communities. Qualified service dogs today are supporting so many Albertans with vision or hearing impairments, mobility challenges, autism, post-traumatic stress injury, diabetes, epilepsy, and so many other conditions. Alberta leads the way in the support it offers its citizens through training supports for Albertans training their own service dogs, by assessments of these dogs, and by supporting fully qualified service dogs for those who need them for daily living. Today, we are pleased to have Malara Service Dogs, Holdfast K9, and TLC Training and Consulting with us, new service providers to further expand the services available to Albertans. Would you join me in welcoming the Honourable Jason Luan, Minister of Community and Social Services.
Thank you so much, Maureen, and good morning, everybody. Before I begin, I want to give a shout out to our lovely dogs behind me and all their lovely trainers. Give them a round of applause. Thank you again, Maureen, and good morning, everyone. A special thank you to Tamara Champagne for hosting us at this amazing new facility training dogs here. Tamara is a puppy program team lead for Aspen Service Dogs Calgary, and she will also be using this facility to train the new puppies for service. I also want to thank John Douglas, Kate Peterson-Cook, and Jamie Billings for joining us. They will all speak right after me to share more about their stories and the training for dogs. Service dogs are much more than just pets to people who rely on them, as Maureen outlined earlier. They not only provide many health benefits like increased fitness, lower stress levels, and improved happiness, service dogs also have the ability to perform specific tasks for individuals with both visible and non-visible disabilities. The emotional bond between dog and its owner is why service dogs are truly life companions for those people who have disabilities but can depend on their service with dogs and increase their independence. That is why I'm very, very pleased to be here to announce the work Government of Alberta has done to improve access to qualified service dogs. We're providing $300,000 in grants to help service dog organizations like what we see here today to raise, train, test, and match service dogs with individuals based on their needs. This will lower the cost for Albertans with disabilities to obtain qualified service dog for their needs. I'm also proud to announce that Alberta has added 3 new businesses in its approved list for service dog organizations. Malara Service Dogs will provide trained dogs to veteran and first responders with stress injuries and PTSD. Another organization, Holdfast K9 and TLC Training and Consulting, will also provide trained dogs to owners who want to do certification for their own dogs. With the variety of agencies we're supported with the added services, not only we train service dogs for the one government approved, but we also train dogs for owners that they want to have their own dogs being certified, so we can add more guide dogs and service dogs to serving Albertans. Together, we have 14 approved organizations to train, test, and provide qualified service dogs. This means more dogs can get qualified and more Albertans with disabilities can get service dog. In fact, with the funding and additional organization, up to 80 service dogs a year can be qualified to serve in Alberta. Service dogs provide vital support to Albertans who rely on them. They allow many people to live independent and live a meaningful life. As do all of the service providers and the community organizations who support people with disability, thousands of Albertans live with a disability and face daily challenges related to their disability. I am grateful Albertans have such talented and dedicated individuals and organizations working together to make inclusion for all a reality for us. So thank you very much for everyone who contributed for this. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask James Billings to come and talk to us, and he's from Mallory Service Dogs. Did I pronounce it correctly? Mallory.
Morning. Morning. My name's Jamie Billings, and I'm representing Meloria. Meloria is Latin for ever better. Okay. On behalf of the board of directors from Meloria, I would like to thank the minister in providing us the grant, which will be able to allow us to just train more dogs for people in need. Sit. Down. Dogs. Okay? And that'll just help the people requiring the dogs, of course, so they can actually have a somewhat normal life. Myself personally, I'm a retired military veteran. I did 22 years of service, and I was hurt during operations. So about 19 years ago, it was deemed that I needed a service dog. And with my service dog, I've been able to run a somewhat normal life. Being hurt, it also showed me the other people out there that needed dogs. So I became a service dog trainer. So over the 19 years, I've been helping. Meloria is an Ottawa-based company with a sub-office here in Alberta. Meloria has approximately 90 dog teams that we work with, 27 in the Medicine Hat area within the last 18 months. So the need out there is big. Okay, it's real big. And I'm so happy we can help. On behalf of the president of the Meloria, I would also like to thank the minister for authorizing us to be able to become trainers and assessors here in Alberta. This enables us in the Southern District, the people won't have to travel to the north to get their assessments, which is very frustrating for people, okay, plus the expense. So we'll be down in that end helping where we can. Meloria couldn't have come as far as we could without Mr. John Wheelwright. So on behalf of Meloria, I'd also like to thank him. He guided us the last 18 months to get the accreditations, to get the grant. So I thank his team. And in conclusion, I would like to thank all the service dog trainers that are here today. It takes special people and a pure commitment, and I applaud you for helping your injured neighbors so they hopefully have a better life with their personal service dogs. Thank you very much.
I would also like to invite John Dukas to come up and speak, and he's with Holdfast Canine.
morning. My name is John, John Dugas. I am the head trainer for Holdfast Canine. So, service dogs play an important role in the lives of those who rely on them. And being paired with my first service dog 4 years ago was life-changing for me as well. I'm a veteran as well with 30 years of service. I entered the Courageous Companions program in 2016 and got paired with my first dog. I also chair that charity. But since then, I've started my own business because I felt I was getting so many calls from the public, people from the public. Most charities today are providing dogs to veterans and first responders, but if you're in the public, you're kind of left in this queue. So I felt it was important to start an owner training program in the Edmonton area for owner trainers. I know the importance it is to establish a solid training foundation in both the dog and the owner, and I'm thrilled to join Alberta's approved service dog organizations and look forward to bringing my expertise that I've acquired over the last 6 years of dog training in the Edmonton area to the general public. Thank you.
So finally, I would like to ask Kate, who is from, TLC. She's stepping in for her colleague. So Kate, please come up and thank you.
Have to adjust this after the tall people, right? Minister Lewin, thank you so much for having us here today. We really appreciate it. And I, too, would like to give a thank you to John Wheelwright, who has been an invaluable resource with his office in helping to facilitate so much of what we do. My name is Kate Peterson-Cook, CPDTKA, and I'm speaking on behalf of Sarah Jane Petty of TLC Training and Consulting, with whom I train and assess service dogs in the Calgary area. We are deeply enthusiastic about increased service dog funding and what that means for service dog accessibility in Alberta. The cost of training is one of the primary barriers to developing handler dog teams, and Alberta's commitment to funding service dog training will help substantially more disabled Albertans benefit from the support of a service dog. Over the years, Sarah Jane and I have had the privilege of seeing lives completely changed by the support service dogs provide. We have seen people of all ages with a wide range of needs benefit from partnering with a working dog. As we develop more ways to utilize service dogs, and as more individuals are able to access service dogs through schools or owner training programs, the range of clients we are able to serve will continue to grow. We are proud that Alberta is a leader in helping individuals in need access service dog training and provincial qualification for public access. We are proud to be part of this important, life-changing program. Thank you very much.
So I said earlier, I'm with Aspen Service Dogs, and Aspen Service Dogs, of course, is very grateful for the funds that it receives from the government. And our school is very young. We started 4 years ago, and we started with one trainer who had 25 years of experience, but one trainer and 2 dogs. And we fast forward, today we have 10 trainers in Medicine Hat, Calgary, Edmonton, and we have over 100 clients, which means 100 dogs that we're training. So it's a well sought after commodity, and they are a commodity, but they're also life partners, and they do need, of course, training, and that includes, a lot of qualified trainers to do the training for the dogs, which, means resources. So we could not make this happen without the support of the government. So thank you. And I would very much like to once again thank Minister Luan. And and I guess that concludes our event. Justin has something to say here.
All right, thank you so much, Maureen. We're going to move to our Q&A portion. So, do we have any questions on the floor? Seeing no questions on the floor, operator, will you please put through our first caller?
Dylan Short, Post Media.
Hi there. This is a question for the minister, and I apologize, it's off topic, but I wanted to get your reaction, Minister, to the post that was posted yesterday by Michelle Rempel-Garner, basically saying that your party is divided and someone new may not have enough time to come in and fix the issues. You've been in the sort of the inner circle of the party. What are your thoughts in reaction to this?
Thank you for that question. I'd rather have a question to address the service dog, but I'm happy to respond to this one. As you mentioned, I endorsed Travis Tay, the former finance minister, former president of Treasury Board, to be our next leader. I acknowledge that our government under current premier and Travis played a significant role in bringing our budget balanced. And this is 15 years wish that we finally made it a reality, given the hardship of COVID and economic downturn and everything else. So that is a great success on Travis' part, but also I have a privilege to work with Travis in the last 3 years. He has the ability to reach out to people who have different views. As you can appreciate, as a president of Treasury Board, everybody hunts you for money. And I am one of those advocating for my sector, including service stocks that we're talking about here today. Not every time we ask for money, you get it. There will be days that he disagrees with you, but he respectfully let you know his point of view. I find that ability to communicate, connect, and work with others who have different perspectives, have an appreciation of different perspectives, but also principled decision-making, is the right leader for our party. So I have faith in him. I know we made lots of accomplishments along the way. We got lots of challenges that we perhaps have many lessons learned. One of this is how can we work together, bring different perspectives to the same table. I think Travis has that skill sets there. That's one reason I endorsed him to be the next leader. So I am hopeful that he will be the one helping us united and move forward and get our economy back.
Dylan, do you have a follow-up?
I do. Just in terms of today's announcement, it's $300,000. Is there a breakdown of where that money is going to which different organizations? And do we have sort of a ballpark figure on, the amount of people or the amount of dogs that this will help to train and help provide support?
The answer is yes. On our website, you will find with the $300,000 this year funding, it's allocated among 8 organizations. I won't go on the list, but you can get it through our website. It is through a competitive process that those agencies are succeeded on that recipients of the 300 grand. I can tell you on average, it costs about $25,000 to $32,000 to have a dog being trained, certified, and qualified for service. It takes about 24 months. Because of that reason, it isn't a small undertaking to say, want to qualify a dog. We have a standard, you have a process to get that service qualification met. I want to take the opportunity to say that those 8 organizations, through your vigorous competition, a fair competitive process, you got on the list, and you're this year's recipients. I can also add to you to say, we, as a government, we started in 2018, and to today, we invested $1.5 million in certification for service dogs to make it life easier for people who depend on service dogs in Alberta. So I'm very proud of our record on that.
Thanks, Dylan. If you have any more questions, just follow up by email. Happy to help. Operator, will you please put through the next caller?
There are no other questions in the queue at this time.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day.
Yes. So this is a public transparent process. So it's based on your capacity, your track record, the cost per unit, and your ability to deliver what you can contract for. So this is a pretty standard public service contract because the money that we're using, the taxpayers' money, every dime of that need to be reported, need to be accounted for. So that's the competitive process.
Why you chose to fund these programs versus all the myriad of other programs that there is. So,
oh, I see.
Yeah,
why service dogs comparing?
Well, why this became? You said, you know, you get many. My point being that you get many envelope, many requests.
I hear you.
And
yeah.
so now you've chosen to fund this one, and I'm asking you, why did you prioritize it?
Yeah.
Why did you say,
Yeah.
hey, this is an important thing to me in my ministry?
Yeah, great question. You know, my ministry has close to 3.9 billion total budget. With that, we have a variety of programs, including PDD, age, income support, all that. And service dogs is a small portion of that portfolio. So $300,000 in the scheme of 3.9 billion. That gives you a bit of a comparison of where it lies. But let me put it this way. I think our job is make sure that we work in partnership with community partners like many you see today to leverage their power and influence, make life easier for people with disabilities. So the $300,000, if you go by what I call dollar return on investment, probably saving them from getting into hospitals, into expensive training, hospitalization, psychiatric treatment, you name it. This is probably, if you can do prevention and community support in this way, the long-term return, I can bet you, is more than 10%, or 10 times what we invested for. So that's where I think justifies why we're doing this. You know, if you need more detailed information, we can have the department.
It's exactly that, right?
Okay.
You have to prioritize many things, and that is the reason you did it. So terrific. Thanks so much, Minister.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that concludes our event. Thank you, everyone.